He glanced over at Taz. "We don't need to," said Taz. "We could just say we did." For a moment John was tempted, but the thought of going home with no food strengthened his resolve, and he shook his head. "You must be joking." He edged to the cliff face and opened the box. It took a bit of work. The lid was on tight, half closing his eyes, sure it'd be gruesome. Instead, all it contained was dust, fine like ash, sparkling very slightly in the moonlight. He touched it with his finger, tracing a pattern in it, and it felt like sand. "It's drugs," he said, a little disappointed. "It must be a bad shipment." Taz leaned over and put his finger in the sand. "Weird. Why not tip it down the drain and have done with it? Why here? Who cares? It'll get us food, and I'm starving. You're so skinny you'll slip through a crack in the road soon." John reached the tin out. "Want some?" Taz shook his head. "Go fuck yourself. Chicken shit. Bollocks I am." Taz traced a line in the dust and put his finger to his mouth. He licked it. "That's not drugs. It tastes like sand or something." "You could be eating somebody's body," said John. Taz rubbed his hand over his mouth and peeled a little. "It's not a body, you arse." John reached out his hand, holding the tin tightly. If McDowell wanted it sprinkled over Belfast, that's what he'd do. Hell, if the big man wanted him to piss off the side of the cliff, he'd do it. He shook the box into the wind, watching the dust lift into the breeze. He put the tin in his pocket and clapped his hands to get rid of the sand. "Let's go." They hurried down, skidding on the scree, half on their feet, half on their asses. They got part way down when Taz doubled over with a grunt. His face curled into a grimace. Sweat beaded his forehead. "Jesus," said John, reaching for him. "What?" Taz screamed. "What is it?" John shook Taz. "It hurts," yelled Taz. He slumped to the ground. "It hurts everywhere." Waves of panic flooded across John's head. Taz rolled onto his side, shaking. John knelt and put his hand on him, not knowing what to do. There was no one to get help from, not this deep into the curfew. He stood and pulled Taz up, fumbling in the dark, almost dropping him, until Taz was draped over his shoulder. He had to get the pair of them back. He took a first step, grimacing at the dead weight, and then forced another step and another. There was nothing else for it. Taz needed help, and Josie and the kids were waiting for him. And that's it.